Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? My name is Ryan, and I'm going to be talking to you about one of everybody's favorite things, vacation. Everyone needs a vacation sometimes, right? People are tired from day-to-day life, so once in a while you need to get away from all the stress. And one great thing to do on vacation is to travel. Traveling is great. You get to see new places and experience new things, and it's better than just sitting around the house doing nothing. So, where to go on vacation? Where would you all like to go? The world is a big place, and there are many great places to go. So, there's a lot of good places to take a trip to. Why not think about traveling to a foreign country? There may be some reasons why you might not want to. You might have a fear of the unknown. And you might have a fear that it'll be difficult because you don't know the language and you don't know anything about the country. But on the other hand, if you take the time to study and learn some information about the country you'd like to visit, you'll be more confident, and it will make things easier for you. So there are many reasons to travel to a foreign country. First of all, you can experience a new culture, and it will open your mind to new things, and you'll gain a more worldly view, and you'll be less narrow-minded. And there are many beautiful places to visit around the world. A lot of good sights to see. The first foreign country I visited was South Korea. I was there in 2011. I was in the Montana National Guard, and when I switched to active duty, they gave me a choice of where I wanted to go, and Korea was on the list. So I thought about it, and I decided to take the chance to go there, because who knows when I'll ever get another chance like that. So I had those fears before going to Korea. I was nervous, and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really know much about the country, actually. I didn't know the language or anything. But once I got there and got settled in, and once I got used to it, it got a lot easier. So, I highly recommend, if you're looking for some place to take a vacation, if you're thinking about going overseas at all, I'd like to recommend taking a trip to South Korea. I recommend it because of my own experiences there. I had a very good experience there. If you're thinking about taking a trip to Asia, you should consider South Korea, because most people, when they think of Asia, just think of Japan and China. South Korea tends to get overlooked a lot of the time, but there's a lot of good points to South Korea. And even if you have been to Japan or China, it's still worth going to South Korea, because it is very unique still. There's similarities to other Asian countries, but there's a lot of unique things as well. So here are some of the benefits, some of the best points about South Korea. Number one, the number one thing according to Daegu Compass is, and I agree with this, is the food. The food there, there's so much good food there. For example, some of the favorites of Americans are kalbi, bulgogi, bibimbap, and there are many Korean restaurants around the world, like here in the U.S. Here in El Paso, there's like 7 or 8 Korean restaurants, but they just don't compare to the real thing. Not even close. And my wife is from South Korea, and she agrees with me on this, that the food is one of the best things about the country. And second of all, there are many great places to see. One of the things that struck me the most was that in Seoul, the largest city in South Korea, it's such a huge, humongous, modern city, but there are old school villages mixed in with it. So it's quite a contrast between like traditional buildings, and then in the background there's these huge skyscrapers. It's very, very impressive. Speaking of Seoul, it's huge, and there are many different districts in it, such as Itaewon, Gangnam, and many others. Itaewon is a favorite among foreigners. It's very international there, and a lot of great places to go to, shopping, restaurants, everything is really, really nice. And you all have heard of Gangnam because of the song Gangnam Style. But it's a very nice district to see in Seoul. And then you got Namsan Tower, which is like a communications tower up on a mountain, and it's pretty much visible anywhere in Seoul. And another great reason I think to visit Seoul is because it's such a modern, technological place. It's home to such corporations like LG and Samsung. It's very modern. Like, it's the most modern place I've ever seen. And on the opposite side, there's a lot of good nature in Korea, such as Jeju Island and Busan Beach down in the southern part of the peninsula. And the thing that makes all this great is the cheap transportation there. It makes getting around the country incredibly cheap, and like it costs for a couple bucks you can go pretty much anywhere. The train is very easy to use. They even have English on the train as well as Korean, so it made things a lot easier for foreigners to get around in Korea. And in general, there's a lot of English. Most people speak English there. There's usually English signs, like machines that you have to use, like ticket machines and whatnot. There is an English option on them, so it's pretty easy to get around for foreigners there. So, if you were thinking about traveling to another country and you don't know where you want to go, I would highly recommend taking a trip to South Korea. South Korea is an often overlooked country when it comes to Asia, but most people that go there have no regrets. They end up really enjoying the country. I did. I didn't know much about Korea before I went there, but when I got there, I loved it. I had a great experience there, and I met the love of my life there, and I really miss Korea. Like, I would go back in a heartbeat. So I highly recommend taking a trip to South Korea. Thank you.